Hey guys, welcome to day number 12. Hope you guys doing the work and getting into the groove of everything. And now you know actually what you need to do to make your business successful. Today we're going to talk about some different topics as well. I have two things to cover which are really, really, really important. Look, I think when you're at this level now, when you're at this day, most people won't get to this day. I can promise you that because life will come in the middle. They're just going to get busy. And I reckon most people won't get to this. So now we're going to start talking the real stuff. So if you get to this point, you're watching this video, I think you should pat on your back and say well done because most people kind of get sick of doing something every day consistently, and that's the one of the biggest thing of people not being able to get to the next level in their life because they do something for a few days and they just stop. They do something for certain days and then they just stop. People who manage to succeed in their life, they do that same thing again and again consistently. Like, look at any example out there, people who you believe or you follow. Whether it's Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or Tony Robbins, or any sports stars you follow. What do they do the most? They do same thing every day consistently. Right? They've been doing it for a long time. And I reckon if somebody wants to win this game, we have a very special formula. You just keep doing the same thing consistently for a longer period of time than anybody else in the world. Right? So that's the main thing. Most people kind of stop. Like Tony Robbins been running these events from last 40, 45, 50 years now, and most people will stop after 12 months. Most people will start saying, hey, nobody's showing up at my event, nobody's dialing into my meetings, I'm just going to stop after 6 months. And I think if you're feeling that, you got to understand that you got to play a long game. If you are a marathon player, then it's good. If you are just here for a sprint, you're just going to say, hey, I'm going to try that for a month. I can tell you now it's not going to work because most people fail not because they haven't made success or they haven't found success. It's just they stopped working on it. That's pretty simple, right? People who stayed on the path, they ended up achieving big results. So I think that's one of the important things. You must look into it. Most people will stop taking action. Remember what we talked about? One thing you pick and you consistently do it for a longer period of time than anybody else in the marketplace. And that's what makes you different. That's what makes you successful, right? So that's one thing we want to talk about. Now, I really want to talk about two things, which why my mentor gave it to me. So I want to pass it on to you guys. One is, in business, we have two type of tasks. One is active task, the other one are passive task. Active tasks are the task when you're speaking to somebody about your offers, means that that's what you have to sell. You're speaking to somebody, meaning that either you're calling them to make an appointment, either you speaking them to telling them, hey, this is what I'm selling, either you're sending them an email saying, this is what I do for a living, do you need help, meaning that you're making offers. That's an active task. Spending time or putting things together or giving to people, phoning them, calling them, webinar, events, all these are active tasks where you engaging with your prospect, where the intention is to convert them to your paying clients, right? That's a very active task to help them buy from you, right? That's an active task. Then there are passive tasks, right? Passive task is putting an email together, moving your domain, websites, funnels, marketing. Every marketing is a passive task, right? Every marketing is a passive task. All these, when you spending so much learning, watching YouTube videos, passive task. Everything is a passive task, which is not related to making offer to your desired clients. So active task and passive task. Um, Most people spend 99 passive and only 1% active, or sometimes not even active at all, 100% passive task. So the goal is you want to spend 80% active, 20% passive initially days, right? So don't spend time trying to build your website. Don't try and spend time to build funnels. Don't trying to do all that until you have this active task going on, meaning that you're just speaking to people, make offers. So I've seen this biggest differences in anybody out there. I've got two friends, really good friends, really, really good friends. Their businesses within 1 year is gone from zero to 1.5 million within 8, 10 months. Why? Why? Not one person, two people, two friends. Why the businesses grow so much than compared to anybody? They are in a service providing industry. They're selling their consulting, and that's what they're doing. But their business grew, and they're not in very specific, high demand market. It's same operations what we do, and their business grew like crazy. And one of the biggest reason, when I had conversation with them, they spent so much time. They didn't even have a website, nothing at all, and they spent so much time on active tasks, speaking to people and telling them how they can actually help them scale their businesses or do this. So this is one of the biggest learning you can do. It is in a business, you must know that how much time you're spending on active tasks. Active task will bring you money. Everything else is a filler. It's just supporting your active task, which is okay. But you don't want to do like, you know 99.99 passive and 0.001% active task. That will not help your business. So bring more attention to active task. And this is, I'll give you my example. What happened to us? I hired one of my mentors and was paying 10,000 USD a month to one of my mentors. And after a month and a half, I was pretty pissed off. It's like, hey Frank, no money is coming in, what's going on? And my intention was like, a kind of entitlement. I'm paying you, so you haven't shared anything with me, so I'm still making the same amount of money. So Frank said to me pretty cool stuff. He goes, Jack, in the last month, I know you didn't make much money. In the last month, how many offers did you make? I said, Frank, I probably made one or two offers. He said, there's a problem. The more offers you make, the more money you make. Offers means that telling people to pay for something, right? He said, in the world, if you look at any people who are successful, they just make more offers in the market. They tell people that this is what they have to sell. Do you want to buy? How many offers did you make? I said, one or two. He said, increase that. If you increase that to 20, 30, 40, you'll see the money coming in really quickly. That changed everything. So you look at more people, more and more people who are successful, they make offers in the marketplace when they're not even there. So they automated the entire process. So initially, I'm not saying automated, but initially you start doing it as quickly as possible. So you must be asking one question: who can I make this offer today, and how can I make it happen? What can I do to make an offer, right? So if we put a marketing together, you must be picking up a phone and speaking to people. You must be doing it, because that's where you make an offer. Most people, they don't want to make offers to people because there's some sort of internal conflict. If you have that, go back to the previous videos, fix that. You need to get that fixed, but you need to make offers. Active task, passive task. Please work on the active task, and that's what I really want to do this week. What is the active task today? Must be picking up a phone, calling people, say, hey, my event is there, come into my event. I'm running this virtual event for these kind of people. Is that for you? If this is for you, come in. Here is one thing you must know. You never, ever, ever send a link to first before asking them if they need a link. You never, ever, ever send them people something without them asking if they need it. So the first question is always is, I'm doing this. I've got this. Do you think you need this? Let me know if you need it, then I'll send you the link. What most people do is they just send the link thinking people are just going to come and join it. Please do not send link to people. Please do not send stuff to people without them saying yes to. That's what we call permission, right? We want to ask people to give you permission to send them stuff. So what are you asking is, hey, this is what I'm doing. Would you need that? If you need this, let me know. I'll send it to you, right? Don't just send it to them, right? Don't just send it to stuff to people. So this today job is you must be speaking to people and asking them to come and join. So if you're doing a video every day, if you putting a content every day, you must be in the content saying, hey, I'm going to be running this event. If you're interested, comment below and I'll send you the link, right? So you must be saying that in your videos. So your video becomes the channel. Whoever watches that, they see that, okay, this event seems like my event. I want to go there. So that's how you make offers in the public places. Like, hey, I'm running an event, come to that. In the event is all about telling your offer, how you can help. So more events you run, more automation you have in those events, the webinars, whatever it is, the more money you're going to make. So end goal is we want to make, or we want to tell people, more and more people, that how can we help them fix their problem. The more you tell, the more they buy, right? The more you tell, the more they buy, because most people only want to tell one or two people in a month. I was doing the same thing. So you at least want to tell 30, 40, 50, 100 people in a month, so that at least 30% of them will buy from you, right? So remember this, everything is a numbers game, right? If you do numbers, if you get the numbers right, thing will just start to move. So most people just stop telling after one or two people. Never stop, because that's what your business is, right? You need to tell people. So today is this thing, active and passive task. Today's task is you must have an event coming up. You must be calling people to telling them to come that event. If you don't have a database, if you don't have anything, you must be going in different Facebook groups and asking that, hey, I'm running this event for these kind of people. If you're interested, comment below and I'll send you the link, right? Whatever that is. So you must be doing that right now. Be part of at least 20 Facebook group where your ideal client lives. Be part of at least 20 Facebook groups where your ideal client lives. Why? Because if you don't have money to spend on marketing, Facebook groups is the best place to do. Second thing, when things work a bit better, COVID finishes, I want you to open up an account on meetup.com. Meetup.com. Meetup is a free lead generation tool, about 150 bucks per annum or 200 bucks per annum. You have so many people, so many email addresses, people just give it to you. You must organize an event once a month, doesn't cost you anything. Just speak to any people and get people this. That's a free lead generation method. Most people do it. You should do it as well, right? So that's something you might want to put it in the future. But right now, pick up a phone, call people, message them, join different Facebook groups, ask them to come to your events. What you want to do is spend most time on active things, not on passive, active, right? Active means that if you're organizing an event, every every bit of effort should be towards how can I get people into that room? How can I get people on Zoom? How can I do that? And that's a question you must be asking. You need to get at least people. So numbers game, what I said, if you have 100 people registered, only 30 will show up. Just the numbers game, right? If you have 100 people registered, only 30 will show up. If 30 shows up, only 20% or 10% will buy. So at the end of the day, you're only going to have 3 to 5 people will buy it. That's just the numbers. I have Success Resource given us the numbers for Tony Robbins events. I know how much Tony Robbins close, right? Tony Robbins only closed 20% of the room. He is the legend. He closes 20% of the room, right? So you need to be aware of that. If you close between 10 to 20, 30%, you're pretty cool, right? So don't feel bad. If you feel, oh, only one person bought it. No, it's pretty cool, right? You're just going to get better at it. So this is just the numbers game. Please make sure that Tony Robbins closes 20% in a room as well. So you are not an exception. Um, Unless you're selling something very different, that's a very different market, but overall that's just an average. So active task, passive task, that's what we want to do. Spend most time doing active stuff. So tomorrow we're going to talk about systems, right? Systems is the most important thing. You must have systems. So I'm going to lay out the systems for you, what system you must put in place, right? One of my biggest strengths is, and I think my trump card in most of the cases, is systems, right? I systemize everything for every business out there. That's why I got paid really good amount of money. So please spend most of your time doing active stuff in the business, not passive, active. All right, that's it for me. Speak to you guys soon.